Okay, so I finished putting the truck together. I do have this CV axle off. It fits a 1500. It was the first one that came in, didn't go to my truck. When I ordered it on Amazon, the seller had marked that it fit the 1500 8 lug, but it doesn't. So what I've done is I've loaded all the stuff onto the truck. I've got everything bolted together. I've sent it into the place to get the alignment done, and then I come back from the alignment and my steering wheel sits at 10 o'clock. So I'm driving straight down the road at 10 o'clock, and that really drives me batty. So if you do an alignment, the last thing you do after you do the alignment is get in the truck, go for a drive, bring it back, and see where the steering wheel sits. If the steering wheel sits at 10 o'clock and you're doing the alignment, make sure you adjust both tie rod ends so that it puts that steering wheel back at center, so the person driving the truck doesn't have to go insane trying to drive with their, the alignment's good, but the steering wheel positioning is absolutely annoying. Okay, so with this CV axle, the ones that I took off of the truck, they were binding up and it was causing the front of the truck to jump. And initially I thought it was lower ball joint, upper ball joint, something to do with the steering. I had a Ford F-150 that had the tie rod ends and drag links got so loose that it would actually do that and jump because of the steering. So I took it apart, and it did have some issues with the CV axles because they were older, but the major cause of it is that they did a 2.5-inch suspension lift using the little pork chops that drops this suspension down, and it pushes the lower control arm down and raises the front of the truck. That's really good for if you're backing underneath like a fifth wheel or something, so that the ends of your bed don't hit the fifth wheel while you're driving and while you're backing up. Well, when they do that, if they don't drop the differential, it causes the CV axle to wear out prematurely. It puts a really bad bind on it. So instead of sitting like about halfway there like that, it's going to be kinked as far as it can go, and if you go over a bump and they're wore out, they'll walk out and start jumping on both sides and send you for a ride for your life. Well, here we got a place called Starvation. It's got a big, huge, long, tall bridge over the top of Reservoir, and if you wreck off of that, it's no fun. Well, that's where mine decided it wanted to do the bouncing and get all excited on me, and that's not fun when you got a 40-foot trailer behind you and you're just hoping to make it to the other side of the bridge. But we got this taken care of, got the front end set up, and there's other folks on here that have a differential drop kit that you have to cut part of the frame that's in the truck right now, the cross member. You got to cut a part of it off that mounts the differential currently, and then the kit bolts to that and drops it down so that you have enough play in your angle on your CV axle so that it doesn't bind and send you crying while you're trying to get across that big huge span bridge. So a couple of things that I ran into with this, and the truck rides like a dream now. I'm totally thrilled with it, and I'm can't wait to hook the trailer back on it and go for a drive and feel how wonderful the new shocks and all this. I replaced the whole steering and everything. There's no play in the steering at all. That old box was getting a little bit squirrely, but so new parts are always fun. And when you do an alignment for somebody, put the steering wheel so that they're driving at 12 o'clock instead of 10. That'll save them some havoc. But talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Yeah.